Hey guys, so today I'm going to be setting up a 30-gallon tank outside for my snapping turtle to temporarily be in so I can work on his 20-gallon tank inside. He's been growing so much, it's insane. I'll tell you the weights later and the dates and stuff. It is so crazy. He has at least doubled in size since I got him a couple months ago, and he's just growing like crazy. It's just so insane. So I'm going to be putting him out here in a 30-gallon for a little while I work on the tank inside. And by a little while, I mean like probably a few days, just because he should get like natural UVB and stuff out here.
I went and got the tank and the basking area from my garage, and then I filled the bottom of the tank with rocks and like larger rocks, so like gravel and then larger rocks, and I made a bit of a cave.
Okay guys, so while I have this filling up, I'm going to be taking buckets, the green buckets. I don't know where mine went, but I have it somewhere. I think it's down in my room. I have 2 of them, or 3 of them, and I'm going to be taking I'm going to be doing a water change on the tank inside the 20-gallon, the turtle tank, and then I'll just be adding that water to here, and then as well, I'll just use hose water, and this hose water is hooked up to my sink, so then I can control what temperature it is, unlike well, that's technically not hose water, but the hose over there, I can't control the temperature, so now I'll be adding water to that.
So like I said, I'm taking the water out of this tank and putting it into the 30-gallon outside so that his water is similar to what he is in now, and then this tank needed a water change anyway. You can see how much little amount of water that water did, but now I'm filling it up with the hose.
Okay guys, so now I'm getting him out, and as you may be able to tell, he is ginormous, and he's different than most of the snapping turtles that you'd handle, and as you can see, he's a common snapping turtle, and I am handling him like he is a red-eared slider. Except I'm not going to try ever to dangle my finger in front of this guy because he will definitely bite it, but as you can see, he's really nice and ginormous. Now, you guys might be like, what are you talking about? He's tiny. He's smaller than any of my other turtles. He's the smallest turtle I have, and yet he is so much bigger than he was. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I can't even... Holy crap, he's so huge. I will compare this to the picture of the first time I got him.
This picture was taken the day that I got him, and as you can see, he's just so much bigger.
Okay, so now, back out here with all the noises ever. And there's Norman in his tank. He just got a huge water change. And then here is Martin, which it's really not a good name at all. It's kind of terrible, honestly, but I'm going with it. And as you can see, he's gonna have this huge amount of water. And this is like the shallowest tank I have besides the tank that he was already in. So I did think about that, and I think he'll be fine. He's never been in water this deep before, as far as I'm concerned, but he has that. And I was thinking of, what I might do is take this and put it like, so if he needed to, he can like climb up it, if that makes sense. Like that, kinda. So he's going into the water now. Let's see what he does. Set this down here, and hopefully you guys can see him. You can see how tinted the water is, and that's only because of the fact that I put a little bit of his water from his other tank in here. So it's still, and also it'll clear up. I need to go get a filter, but I'll just use whatever, like a normal turtle filter, so that's nothing big. So I guess I'll go do that, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I was going to go get it, but I don't know if you guys can see this, but Martin's sitting right there, and Norman's sitting right there, and they're staring right at each other. Norman's the meanest turtle. He likes to bite everybody, and Martin has never seen another turtle in his life. And, I mean, obviously, he probably saw his brothers and sisters, but, like, for a long time, he hasn't seen another turtle. And they're just kind of facing off. But Norman doesn't seem to be like biting or moving or anything. Yeah, I can see them. You guys can't really, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Okay, so I tried that filter, but then I realized that the plug's all the way over there, so I couldn't even do that, which I didn't think about till I was obviously trying to install it. So I just took the sponge filter out of there and put it into here and like wired it around. So it should be good. I'm not worried about him. He's down there, and he seems to be doing all right. He can get up to the top. He's strong, so. Okay, so it's late, and I need to go to sleep, so I need to do this quickly. Here's the plan. So the turtle isn't in here right now. I already took out some of the pieces that had ended up coming off and floating. But what I want to do is I'm going to take off this real twisted piece, and I want to take it out, and I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to put it on the back porch or something. And basically what the plan is, I'll leave this island, but this island's going to be taken down. So the rocks that are here are either going to be staying in that corner, or they'll be added to this side. I might leave them in that corner because I kind of want it to be somewhat even, because this rock right here is ginormous. Like, it's huge and very heavy, and I really don't want to crack the tank. If you can see, I don't know if, no, you guys can't see, it's too dark down there, but that rock is huge. So I'll probably leave them on this side, even though I want them on this side. But I'm going to be taking that out, which means that those plants over there are either going to go over here or into that filter. But I need to get the snapping turtle back into here tonight because I got another turtle. And I said to you guys that I wasn't going to get any more turtles, but I did. And I'm glad I did, because this one is quite in rough shape. And I'm not glad that it's in rough shape, but I'm glad that I got it. So it sounds like these, I'll explain it in a different video, but it needs to go into the tank that the other one's in right now, so I'm glad that I set that up at least. But the snapping turtle needs to come back in here, and the snapping turtle's much bigger, so I'm just going to take that out. And I never really liked this whole setup anyway, but I do like this one, and I'm going to add time-lapse.
So I took those pieces of wood out, and actually where you couldn't see them, they're actually kind of molding, which is really gross, those two really big pieces of wood, which is interesting. I feel like it only molds when part of it's sticking out, because it wouldn't mold if it was fully submersed. So I don't understand that, but whatever. And then I caught out some fish as well.
The water's super murky and dirty, but I don't really care because that was in there anyway. And I just need to do a good gravel vac and do water change. What I changed is, you didn't really see this because I wasn't filming it. This was making noise and it was annoying me because I can't stand water noises. That piece was there, and I think what was happening is the water was going onto the top of that piece and then dropping down, and it was making a dripping noise, and I couldn't stand it. And my chihuahua is making all the racket in the background. So what I did, I was like, well, why don't I just cover the whole filter in gravel? So I did that, and then it just looks like the water's coming straight out of the gravel, which looks really cool in my opinion. And then I put that piece down there, so now the turtle can kind of sit up there if he wants to, and this is here, so he can sit up there if he wants to. And I'm going to go get him and put him in this tank, and then I'm also going to take these fish and put them outside in the huge pond. There's like 4 in here, and I kind of want a school in there, so I'll be putting them out there because I think they have a better chance of surviving out there than in here. So I'm gonna go get the turtle and put him in. This is the next morning now, and the glass is all dirty, but it is cleared up a lot, so now you can see the wood that's coming through. And here is Martin just chilling, and I think that it's a lot better now with all this extra room for him to run around in. As you can see there, it's not, you know, as tall as the 30-gallon was, but it's a very wide tank, and I think that's good for him. Okay guys, so here's the tank again. Since the last clip, I have done a water change, and I also have added a new piece of wood. As you can see there, the bigger and thicker one. Here is Martin. He is doing quite well, and I was going to talk about his weights. So I started weighing him in June. Was my first time actually weighing him, which I should have started like when I got him. As you could see in that picture earlier in the video, he was tiny, so he's definitely doubled, if not more, in size. But in June 7th, he was 2.61 ounces. Then January 7th, he was 3.74 ounces, so that is a huge jump there, so almost more than an ounce in 1 month, which is huge when he was only, you know, close to 3 ounces in total before. And then this is even, you know, bigger, And then from the 7th to the 24th, so still same month. I normally don't do this, but those were, I weighed them right before I left and right after I got back. And I guess my dad was feeding him quite a lot, because he went from 3.74 to 4.73. So that is a huge jump. Just huge jump. So we'll have to see what his weight is this what's August? I think it's August next. We'll have to see what it is August and see how much he's grown with, me taking care of him. But I just thought that was pretty interesting, and he's obviously, his shell's gotten longer as well. This is why I weigh everything now whenever I get it, but I wish I would have started weighing him right when I started getting him. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you next video.